Hello everybody, welcome back for StarCraft 2 action. We got Trigger going up against Scarlett, the Queen of Blades herself, on Goldenaura. This is a best of 5 in the upper bracket finals of the NA Regionals, ESL Spring 2024. And so the winner of this has the top 2 guaranteed. And only top 2 out of the playoffs actually qualify for Dallas, aka the global playoffs? International playoffs? And we see triggering, oh got him, Scarlett a little bit by blocking her natural expansion, or at least attempting to do so. No pull down just yet. She might just slither on out of there with the drone and go for a 3-hatch. But so far, nope. Just going for the gas and going for the pool shortly after. Rope being annoying. And Trigger going for the standard opener, going for a low ground wall. It's pretty tight choke over on Goldenaura. It feels a little annoying because you have this 2 hex gap. But it's manageable. And Trigger going for the 1 hex gap and is going to put a secondary gateway there. Showing us noobs how to do it. I don't know, I'm not a Protoss player, so I don't think about how you should wall. I just look at the wall and like, can I bailing bust it? Yes, no? Okay, moving on. Trigger scouting around here. Let's see what Scarlett's doing. Mining off of 3 gas. And Scarlett probably going to be putting down the 3rd hatchery sooner rather than later. We've seen Zergs basically always opt for that 3rd hatch before extra queens. They prefer to connect their bases by building a hatchery and not by putting creep tumors on both sides. And seems to be working out just fine. The depth shade is going out onto the map, and we see Trigger opening with Stargate. Of course, still, the standard is going for those 3 oracles into a blink play, and anything else is spice, mustard, something different. There we see that 3rd hatch going down. No gas being mined by Scarlett, so just getting that 100 gas to get metabolic boost or Zergling speed. And these 2 adepts moving on over to the main base. The Queen is ready to receive and almost takes away all of the shields on that adept already. 2 Queens over here protecting this creep tumor, but the adepts won't have that. They won't stand for it. A little bit of hull damage on this 1 adept, but do get the creep tumor kill. And the first couple creep tumors are, of course, the most crucial ones to take down, honestly. Because otherwise, this creep tumor would be done and would be here already. And there would be a lot of creep here. Oracle turns on its energy beam before it even gets across the map. 3rd base is down. We see 12 more links for Scarlett coming out, identifying that, maybe I can do something here. Oh my god, nice pylon blocking out these links, and these links do get 1 adept. The one that was low because of the queens, because of the creep tumor snipe. But this adept is now nice and snuggly between the pylon and the nexus. We have a little link flood here, but I would be surprised if it does anything. Warp gate's even done, so we could see extra adepts being warped in this location. And there's no way Scarlett can actually do something here, can she? I mean, this adept is falling rapidly. Links are surrounding the 2nd adept as well. Another adept comes in, another one was warped in, so these links are going to be traded off. For a couple adept kills, nice surface area by Trigger. I mean, he lost a couple adepts, I think is what, 3? Yeah, 3 adepts. But Scarlett made over 20 links. That's a lot of not drones. This Oracle getting 3 kills. I don't know if those were larvae or drones. Might actually have been Zerglings. It's the same one that turned on its energy beam earlier, probably. fourth base for Scarlett going down. Nice creep tumors up front. So she will be able to defend this fourth base. Now what's Trigger's follow-up? We see the Twilight Console and we see the Forge. But we see a Robo in there as well. That is, well, unusual. Usually it's just the Forge, just the Twilight Console. Robo comes after. Robo is put in the front. Even double Robo at the third. But no, we see Robo. We see Charge for the Zealots being upgraded. And the Adepts actually getting caught here, trying to get something done. But one of them does end up giving their life. 10 drones underway for Scarlett. She feels like she is safe, and the drone key will be used very efficiently, very rapidly. Roach Warren coming down, and we have +1 melee being upgraded. Let's see if she's going into those Banelings as well after this. 5 gases being added on. Off of 60 drones. Okay, that's a lot of gas. All of a sudden. Let's see what she uses it for. Is she going to be making, a Ravager or Ravager Ling push with Banes? We'll see. Lair almost completed here. The gold base is being sniffed at by Scarlett here. She has both of these Selnaga towers with her Lings. We have a Warp Prism going across the map and 6 gateways being added on here by Trigger. So let's see, we have 4 on the map already, 5 more being warped in, so Trigger's doing quite a big push here. And there's a Templar Archives as well, so he can make a couple Archons with this. It's going to be interesting. How many Oracles are there? Only 2. It's going to be enough, and there we go. The Templars are here, the Archons are here, the Immortals reveal themselves, and Scarlett is in the know. She sees a little bit of a force here, stepping onto her creep, and oh my god, she immediately identifies that this is a pretty committed push from Trigger and pulls all the drones from the fourth base. All of the queens have been pulled. We see a Spire in the front, actually, and the Lings wrap around the back, get on top of the Archons and the Immortals. Nice hold here by Scarlett, and Trigger not recalling his expensive units, and now they are trying to run away. This Immortal and Archon gets saved by the Warp Prism pick up. The fourth base behind this is being established, so by no means is this an all-in push by Trigger. But it did look pretty committed. +2 now only just starting after the initial push has completed. Secondary Robo being added on as well. And the Immortals just being pumped out. It's a lot of Zerglings with +1. Running into the fourth base here for Trigger. This is looking good for Scarlett. The gold base is, well, not online, but it is ready to receive the drones, so that big mining operations may commence. Zerglings end up only killing like a pylon and a couple probes. Or 1 probe, actually. We see Storm underway and another Robo. That's 3 Robos from Trigger. 3 Robos into Mutalisk. He saw this, right? Yeah, he saw the Spire. He must have clicked on it. And Storm is coming, but maybe he just didn't believe it. Maybe he feels like he can kill. That's a lot of Zealots, though, with +1, shredding these Zerglings in 2 fell swipes. Kind of like Anakin, swiping down certain children in a certain movie. And now the Mutas are underway. We see a Phoenix being added on here, but that means Trigger being caught with his pants down. Even though he knew what was coming, he gave consent, and then he was still surprised. Oh my god, Storm is done, but the High Templar get found. Only 1 Storm goes off. And this is devastating here for Trigger. Look at that. These 4 Immortals revealed as well. First big Stalker warp-in from the game. Not even Blink on the board. And now the Roach and Ling on top of all of the charge slots. And I mean, Trigger's just, yeah, Giga dead. Look at that. 190 supply to 100, and Trigger getting caught with his pants down there. Didn't quite react to the Spire that he did see. His units were literally, like, looking at it. But, I mean, that's StarCraft sometimes. Sometimes, you're like, I saw the Spire, you cheeky bugger. There's no way you are going to make 20 meters now, because you know that I should be ready. And Scarlett was like, let's see how ready you are. Just like that, she takes game number 1. Now we're here in game number 2. Scarlett taking game number 1 rather convincingly, I would say. Trigger had some nice play in the early game, I feel like. And then his push was scary. But Scarlett did not undercommit to the defense. She was ready, pulled her drones, had the queens there to tank. And then the reinforcing roaches and lings were enough to hold that push. And then she had Spire Tech ready. But Trigger wasn't ready for the Spire. Even though he did see it. Oh, this drone is making its way across the map. A little Bly build coming up, question mark. Would be nice to see a little hatch block over here. Oh, could also proxy hatch in front of his base, take the Rich Geyser, and do a Ravager push. That is cool. Dude, Crimson Court, I'm slowly but surely liking this map more and more and more. And look at this probe. Just chilling in the main base. Sees a pool. No gas just yet. But there's also no gas across the map. It's a little sus. Now the pool does complete. 6 lings are underway, no queen. And this drone is headed on over. And now Trigger is looking around and he's like, okay, you took your 3rd there? No? Okay. What's going on here? Goes to check over here. And sooner rather than later, he's going to find out that he has been bamboozled a little bit. There he goes. He's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know if that comes through the mic in a reasonable fashion. 3 drones going towards the Rich Geyser. The Roach Warren is being added on, and the lings are streaming forth. Defending the hatchery and assaulting the Protoss base. Stalker being chrono boosted out here. This Overlord giving a nice vision to assist with the push. A couple probes being pulled off. And the Rich Geyser is being utilized. The first Roach is underway, and even some drones being added on back at home. I'm surprised those are not Zerglings. Or just like another drone to make a spine or something. Although spines are kind of slow. Lings staying back. And this Stalker, what can it really do? It doesn't really want to start hitting the hatchery. That's wasted damage, but oh my god. The first Ravager's being morphed in. The second Roach is here. Could also soon-ish become a Ravager. And we have a Queen that is ready to put down a Creep Tumor. This is a very important Creep Tumor. It's going to give a lot of creep here at the top side as well. Giving the Zerg that much-needed arc. And Scarlett does not find a nice angle to bile this shield battery or start biling it. And now more Ravagers being added on. More Roaches. And she now does have her gas at home as well. To be able to afford all of these Ravagers. I mean, Ravagers are just gas expensive. Ooh, nice trench shoes there from the Queen. Would love to see continued Queen production here. Get that old school Queen Ravager vibe going. But the shield battery was committed. The nuclear battery was committed. And it wasn't biled down right away because you need... How much HP is this? 150, 150. So you need 6 biles. 60 a pop. I think shields don't insta-regen, so 6 biles should do the trick. And we are now reaching that critical mass. And we already forced the super battery. Oh, this Ravager! Oh, nice transfuse coming down. Nice targeting from Trigger as well. But the Ravagers are counter-targeting. And here come the biles. Ooh, not in the middle of the shield battery. So could have killed 2. 1 Ravager gets targeted down. Nice targeting by Trigger. These 2 Queens are being pretty annoying. Another bile. Volley kills the second battery. We see 1 battery already out of juice. 2 more in the back here. And you want to use the Roach to tank a little bit of damage. Oh my god, that Ravager. Oh, isn't being pulled out of the control group, so it actually comes back in to fight. This Ravager pops in the middle of the front line. Doesn't die. That Ravager almost gets targeted down. Not enough Queen Juice to keep these running. Another Ravager gets targeted down. And now the third Queen starts. Small mistakes here, and Trigger, is he pulling it back? He does have a secondary base that is mining like halfway. He is not under-defending. He's like saturating his natural and everything. He is defending like his life depends on it in this game, which it kind of does. Oh, that Ravager almost gets taken down. Nice transfuse again. Piles being used on the gateways now. And almost no Zerglings here. Oh, another Ravager gets taken down. That Queen did not have transfuse energy, and Scarlett's just slowly but surely bleeding away. Ravagers and Trigger doing such a good job of staying in front of his buildings with his units so that the Biles can't hit the shield batteries. Every time Scarlett wants to step in range to bile that shield battery, these Stalkers are already there targeting them down, hitting them. But maybe the super battery has been used. The nuclear battery is down. We have the 6 Ravagers ready. Even another one being added on here. Ooh, nice morph. And even a transfuse onto the cocoon there. And another Queen pops. Scarlett, can she outvalue this Protoss army? Dude, I love these type of games. I love to play these. I love to watch them. Oh, the Queen! No transfuse! Almost. Queen now has transfuse. Can't transfuse the Ravager. Another gateway goes down. Do not underestimate that this does diminish the production of Trigger. Only has 2 gateways right now. Have 1 transfuse here. Ready to transfuse any low HP Ravager. Bunch of Biles goes down. Look at the Ravager count. 13 Ravagers. That is a lot. If you spread those Biles well, you can kill 2 shield batteries at a time. Oh, the nuclear battery goes down. And the Biles kill the nuclear battery. And all of them are to choose except for the back one here. And the Ravagers are pushing the issue. Look at the creep. Giving these Ravagers and the Queens especially the mobility that they need. And Scarlett, wow. Taking game number 2 here. Versus Trigger with a nice proxy hatch in the front. You block me? No. No, you're not, actually. You're not blocking my intended base. You're just blocking the base that you want me to have. That was cool. I thought Trigger had it for a little bit there because he kept the Ravager count pretty low and he was standing in front of his buildings and punishing Scarlett every time she wanted to go for corrosive Biles. But, I mean, she got it done even with not that high of a Queen count. Just pumped out the Roach Ravager from this rich geyser and actually slightly up in economy even. Oh, double gas there. So she was able to produce a lot of Ravagers. And Trigger wasn't able to, like, squeeze out a couple extra probes. And, of course, his production did get taken down. And rebuilding those gateways is just expensive. Like, this is 300 minerals that Trigger wants to spend on more batteries, more pylons to reinforce the front, more units, right? And then it also takes a lot of time, so you actually have to invest a little bit earlier into these gateways. Nice Dead Stalker. To actually have them online before these front gateways fall. So it's a really tough call when you can build these gateways. It's a fine balance you have to strike, and God forbid you are trying to tech into a robo or something and you just get overwhelmed. Scarlett's on match point already in the upper bracket finals. Let's see if Trigger can bounce back in game number 3. And here we are in game number 3. Amphion is our playground for Trigger and Scarlett. Trigger not going for that super fast probe scout this time around. Not going for the block, like for a pylon scout block. Not moving across the map at all. Nice. I like that adaptation. So Amphion is this... It's kind of a weird map with these 10 mineral walls. Or it's 5-5. They kind of give you a very short rush distance. Reapers can't get there. I kind of want to see a Cheesy Zerg mine this out, proxy hatch, and then mine this out, and then kind of stream in with mass Zerglings. Just mass Zerglings. I guess you don't even have to hatchery for that. You can just mine this out, use the same 2 drones to mine this out, and then you just run in with mass Ling. Like, what are they gonna do? If you have 50 Lings, and they have like 3 Adepts trying to protect a 3rd base. But I don't know if you want to give Trigger such an easy game. Because if you scout that and you hold it, then, I mean, if the jig is up, you just gambled away a full map. Doesn't look like that is what Scarlett is going to be doing. She's mining 3 on gas, going to get her speed. Has a natural hatchery here. Is she going for a 3rd base over here? Oh, it's 10 a pop, actually. Okay. I thought it was 5 for some reason. Okay, so this is a little bit more mining. Trigger might have seen that, but I wouldn't be too confused by it just yet. Is she going to mine out the whole damn wall? Or is she just going to take this 3rd base? It's a little vulnerable for Oracle play, of course, but there is no Oracle play. There's a Twilight Console underway here for Trigger. Let's see what he does with that. Cheeky T-Rush, go for the Resonating Glaives. Could just be Blink Stalkers, but I feel like if you go for that early of a Twilight, it's going to be one of the other options. Could even be a Charge Lot build, where you just stop mining gas completely. We'll see if any gases get thrown down. The Zerglings do not run in. I was expecting her to just YOLO it in. We do get the Blink. Okay. So Trigger going for the Blink Stalker build. And going for a full wall here. Oh my. This Overlord got out there. Is it going for a scout? Or is it just going for safety? Because keeping it here near the minerals might be good. Keeping a Zergling in the front. Because Trigger is stuck in his own base right now. Mind you. Robo coming down. And it's looking like a 2-base push. 3rd gas is being added on here for Trigger. Scarlett has her 3rd base. Now slowly mining up this wall. I like that. Because if you remember the last game we cast, Bly versus Wayne. This did come into play on their Crimson Court game, I think. Where Bly's army just wouldn't be able to squeeze through the 1 hex gap. And Scarlett is aware of this double gateway fully locked down. She's making some Overlords and some Roaches. And this Overlord's trying to get in. She sees some gateways. She did not see the Robo. That is big. 4 gateways underway, 2 in the front. You have a War Prism and Blink, so this seems like a pretty committed 6-gate Blink push. I mean, I just counted the gates alright. 2 in gas? I like that a lot. Optimize the mineral to gas ratio for Stalker spam, and these Stalkers ready to Blink over there. As soon as Blink is done, the War Prism is here. You could even have a pylon here, I feel like. If you just have a pylon on a gate, that's not too weird. And then you could even reinforce from there. But Trigger getting a War Prism. He literally has a Robo for War... I mean, the Observer is pretty key as well. And look at this. The Blink Stalker push is coming in. And Scarlett, is she ready for this? Spore goes down. 4 queens, 5 queens. She has a couple transfuses. A Ravager's coming up as well. We have some Roach Ling, but doesn't quite have the mass yet. She, of course, wants to wait as long as possible before committing in here. But more Stalkers being added on here for Trigger. He's not waiting. He's pulling the trigger. Being aggressive here. But now Scarlett gains the high ground, but now retreats from it. I don't know if that's a good idea. You kind of want to keep this position. But where is that Observer? Did it die? It probably did. Yeah, it did die. So if Scarlett can keep this position, these Stalkers can't move up. Another Spore is being built here to try and ward away both the War Prism and a potential secondary Observer. Maybe she didn't notice that she killed it. This is a decent amount of Ravagers, though. There are a bunch of Lings, and now Corrosive Bile Spam can try and hold this ramp with these Stalkers. We are, like, almost approaching a pretty... yeah, I'm just gonna say, critical mass of Stalkers where you can just blink them back endlessly and only take hull damage maximum. I just get... well, not damage for free, but, like, shields regen. Look at this. This is a tight hold for both well, for Scarlett's side, it's a tight push for Trigger. Just more Stalkers being added on. He does now send over a new Observer. He blinks in aggressively, actually. He's like, I have enough Stalkers. I just need to not be choked up here. Target's down a lot of Ravagers. We see 5 Ravagers have gone down. Only a couple more remaining. And some Stalkers in the back here as well. Don't do that much damage, but they are being very annoying. Kind of distracting Scarlett there, but look at the amount of Stalkers that we have here. Roaches, Ravagers, Slings, and Queens trying to target down these Stalkers, but they are still blinking back. So many of them are orange. And just more of them are being warped in. Now we have this Observer. Let's see if Scarlett sees it and biles it down if it ever goes into siege mode. We have a transfuse for this Ravager. Oh, it pops out just... narrowly pops out. That's a nice Ravager. Tanks a bunch of Stalker shots before it hatches. Another one gets taken down, though. This is a lot of Stalkers. This is a lot of Stalkers. 30 Stalkers are just Blink Stalker microing themselves back, and Trigger seems to be forcing himself up this ramp slowly but surely. This Observer doing God's work, even on Patrol Command, to make sure that it doesn't get hit by a bile accidentally. Or, when it gets biled, it's hard to hit. It can still get hit accidentally. Another Blonk on top of the army, and, I mean, Trigger is in the soft underbelly of this army, kind of like focusing the supports, basically. And the Stalker Force, I don't know, this is quite a bit of Roach. Another Blonk, he just goes in, he's like, if I'm winning right now. The drones are pulled off the line as well. The Ravagers got targeted down, they're all dead. Only a couple Roaches remaining, all of the Queens are dead. And Trigger actually takes it down with a very prolonged Stalker push. I guess his main base was already halfway mined out. I wouldn't be surprised if he started long distance mining these minerals. And Scarlett has to GG out, barely not holding that super committed Blink push. And Trigger is on the board. And Trigger made this series an actual series by taking game number 3. He looked at Scarlett's proxy hatch shenaniganry in game 2 and he's like, I can do you one better. And went for some Blink Stalker shenaniganry. Trigger gets the instant scout on Scarlett's gold base here. So does he have something prepared for this? I'm not sure. Not sure if you can punish this effectively as a Protoss player. Because it's just so early. It's not like you can just start forgating right now and win. I guess you could do the reactionary cannon rush that we've seen from Hero versus Dark a while back. That seemed pretty okay. Maybe you can do the Tempest build that Classic did versus Raynor on this map. I like that one a bunch as well. But, I mean, maybe just another Blake Stalker push. This seems like a pretty abusable area, either behind the minerals, from down here, you could even come from the right. And if these rocks aren't down, then Scarlett's army just can't get there maybe in time. Maybe super fast at depths. Now we do see the first one being chrono boosted out, but I'm guessing the Scarlet's prepared to stop that one, because that seems like the obvious move from any Protoss players to just Chrono Boost at the first Adept. And Scarlett is ready, taking down these rocks right away with her Zerglings, more underway. And this is going to be dead. The Queen is going to be out before this Adept even arrives. Or am I yapping? Scarlett's going to take a third base at her actual natural. And Trigger comes in here with the Shade. He shades in, actually. Almost gets one of the drones. And, I mean, there's 7 drones here. So 1/7 of her gold mineral economy would be dead. Alright, Scarlett electing not to transfer over all of her drones right away. That's something that Bly usually does. We do have speed underway, no more gas being mined. Third base underway for Scarlett, so... I mean, she's sitting pretty here on a bunch of golden minerals. 2 Adepts knocking at her front door. We have a couple links here, though. And the Adepts do not dare go in there. Giving up all of that map control might not be optimal. We have an Oracle build coming out from Trigger, and I do kind of like Adept Oracle. Anytime that a Zerg has his bases, or her bases, spread out like this, look at that, you can't even see both of the bases on the same map, or same screen. If we double zoom out, still can't do it. Scarlett using her excess of golden minerals to build a bunch of speedlings, takes down the third base. Let's see if Trigger is actually intending to take that. Yes, he was. Only has 1 gateway so far. Getting a Twilight and a gateway here. Oracle Adept in the main base. Saw that a little bit late. No drones went down there, so that is actually a pretty big dub for Scarlett here. Couple drones come out underneath this Oracle. The Pulsar beam gets turned on right away. I don't know if that turns you on, but it definitely turned on this Oracle. And another drone goes down. The Queens aren't reacting to this. 3 Queens are chilling over here, but they are not helping the natural base. And a bunch of spores go down. Another one goes down. Another drone goes down. Those last couple energy seconds last deceptively long. We get +1 attack here from Scarlett. And resonating glaives are coming out of Trigger side. 4 gateways so far. The third base has now been established by Trigger. This Overlord is making sure that that's still there. How many oracles do we have? 2 oracles. And none of them died, so Trigger a 2 oracle type of guy. Perhaps. Oh, I thought it wasn't immortal, but no, it's a lot of Adepts, and I think Scarlett did not see the Adepts just now. But a lot of links are in here, lots of Adepts shading on in. So she knows that there is a lot of Adepts. Glaives aren't being shown just yet, but that is sus already. 3 more drones go down to these Oracles. Look at that, dude. Just nicely abusing the fact that these drones just have to move through a lot of unprotected paths. Pathways. Oh, and the links get shot down by the Adepts a little more. Glaive's about to finish, and this is a lot of Adepts. Roach Warren hasn't completed yet. Only 1 Spine Crawler here. 3 Queens just being targeted down, and more links being built, but melee isn't done yet, +1. So, how do you deal with these Adepts? You hope to get a full surround with the links, but this is a lot of Adepts. And this is a little bit of a mismatch here from Scarlett. Making a lot of Zerglings into a unit that is very good at killing Zerglings. These drones trying to escape. And now all of the Adepts are actually in her natural, and her links are still at the third base. And there we go. These Adepts abusing the fact that the Zerg spaces are very spread out once more. Stasis Trap does get activated by this 1 Roach. Very nicely done. The Zerglings come in to deal, or try and deal with a small group of Adepts that tried to go to the main base, but the Shade was not finished up. 12 drones go down, 42 drones left for Scarlett. She does have that gold, but 2 Adepts are here to make sure that a couple drones get shaved off there. And the third base for Trigger has been established. We see +1 and Blink and a Robo. And Scarlett, stuck on 45 workers, has a lot of roaches now, making a bunch of drones, sending over her lings to the third base. Didn't do that right away. Now there's some adepts in the main base, and some of them are heading to the gold. There are lings, kill the nuclear battery, and do get a little bit of probe damage done, but these adepts shred lings. And there's adepts in the natural, adepts in the gold base, and adepts at his own third base. These lings can't get on top of the adepts. That harasses over, and look at the drone kills. 38 drones remaining, and the adepts are still here. And Trigger just happily transitioning out of that adept spam into his Blink Stalker composition. And of course, roaches are good against adepts, but stalkers are pretty good against roaches. These oracles just looking for more kills. One of the oracles does go down. How many drones went down there? 46 drones have been killed this game. So the same amount that she have been killed. She's made more than 90 drones in this game already, and oh my god, dude, this oracle is a beast. Just killing a couple more workers, you know. Oh, actually, little skerfuffle here out on the map. Scarlett moving on in, even brought the queens. Ravagers and lings are here. And they are on top of the immortals. Can they target them down? One of them does get targeted down. Oh, actually, she misclicked onto the stalker. Did you see that? I don't think the immortal would have died, but all of those ravagers clicked a stalker instead of the immortal. And now, I mean, could have been a fight where there's only one immortal. I don't think it would have mattered, but it's those little things that will trigger you when you are playing this game. Dude, stupid trigger jokes. Another gateway being added on. +2 being added on for Trigger. And I mean, his army is starting to look pretty nice. These 2 immortals, bunch of stalkers, and we've seen what he can do with stalkers. Scarlett's just stuck on 43 workers, hoping that Trigger attacks into her so that she can, perchance, take down the army and then get back into this game. She still has the golden minerals, but they are running out here, and oh my god, so many stalkers and immortals have a nice arc as well. You see that Scarlett's units are getting stuck behind each other. The drone's being pulled, but this is a lot of queens. Look at that, 7 queens here. Just tanking it up. They have no armor type, so these stalkers don't do the bonus damage. And Scarlett does stay alive, but 34 workers. That's all that she has. A couple of lings actually squeezing by there, but 9 drones did give their life for that hold. And these adepts being warped in are so value right now. The resonating glaives coming in clutch. And now the Roach Ravager is moving into the third base. Scarlett feels the heat. Only 30 workers is not going to keep you in this game. And this Oracle, oh my god, the secondary use of the Oracle. You can kill drones, but you can also kill Ravagers. And she's trying to get some biles on them, but the queens are not here to defend them, and this is a lot of stalkers. And again, just targeting down these Ravagers because they are way more expensive, and their damage output is way higher. So in a long fight, you just want to drop as many biles as possible. Another Ravager gets sniped because it walks into the army. Well, still part of the main control group, and I mean, these lings are trying to, like, get something done. But I think Scarlett knows that this one is slipping away, and not even slowly. Yes, very fast that this slip away from her. And Trigger, what a response. You take the gold, I will pull you apart. With a nice resonating glaive, 2 Oracle push, pressure? Yeah, pressure. And Scarlett, now 2-2. She was 2-0 up in this series, and now it's kind of slipping away. Mom spaghetti, palms are sweaty. We're going into the final game. And Trigger evens up this best of 5, 2-2, pulling it back. And might actually reverse sweep the Queen of Blades herself. And we are here on Ghost River, which is interesting map, to say the least. The rush distance is deceptively slow, especially when these rocks/minerals are taken care of. We've seen Bly try to abuse Swarm Host here, but it is a little iffy. I think that was versus Gung Fu. Now let's see what Scarlett has on this map. Actually goes for a hatchery before Overlord. That's how badly she doesn't want her hatch to get blocked, because as you can see, you only have one third base option. So you can kind of do some shenaniganry here. There's not like a base over here that you can take, or like an in-base, half-base. No. If you don't get your natural, you get all the way out here for a third, and all the way out here for a fourth. So these bases are pretty far apart. And there's no real reward for taking them, no, like gold and minerals or anything. So let's see what Scarlett has planned for this. I would love to see a cheeky, like, Ravager link push from these 3 bases. Get your creep out. Could even do, like, Queens and Swarm Host, perchance. Dude, I would do that every game on this map. Just go, like, 8 Queens, spread creep forward, get your creep over there, make, like, one wave of, like, 8 to 12 Swarm Hosts, and then go into Roach Ravager with your Queens. And then you just out-trade them. You're just way more efficient. You have Transfuse, you have Biles, you have Roach, you have Swarm Hosts, and you don't need your extra supply because you're consistently trading. And of course, one big, nice Swarm Host wave is all it takes. Wow, if you love hearing me talk about Swarm Host every chance I get, then be sure to like and subscribe. Ha, got you there. I would love to get up to a juicy 500 subs at some point, and every little bit helps. Let's see what Trigger's up to. He's crawling out a Stalker, so usually he gets an Adept here. We haven't seen a Stalker burst build from him yet. And it's going to be shooting the Overlord. It will make its way back, and we see another Twilight first build from Trigger. Okay, so last time he did this, he went for those Blinky Stalkers. And, I mean, he could do it again. I don't know how good it is on this map. I guess pushing in here is kind of annoying. If these rocks aren't gone, like, imagine Stalkers just standing here, like, walking up, pew pew pew, and walking back. You can't ever get your links in there. And then you have to go all the way around. You don't want to go through that choke, so you have to, like, go all the way around here. And then you run the chance of him just running back or blinking on top of your links. Probe goes back. Doesn't, like, go back here to make a proxy gateway. And Trigger not full walling here, so might not be that Blink Stalker push that we saw in game number 3, but we do see the Robo, so it could still be. Let's see if he goes for, like, those 2 gases with only 2 probes in it. That would be interesting. I love these Stalker pressure, though, and moving back the moment that speed should be done. But Scarlett actually doesn't have speed yet. Oh, okay. She just never bothered to research it. She went for Gasless Opener. Sorry that I didn't notice. And now she goes for the Roaches, so she might be looking at a pretty good push, because that's what Gasless is really good for. Get your drones up early, but you sacrifice tech. Especially Zergling speed and such. But if you're planning on staying low tech anyways... Okay, we see a Robo, we see a bunch more gates being added on. 4 gates being added on here. We already have 2 gateways, so that's 6 gates. The War Prism is coming out, and we see 2 probes here, 3 probes there. Trigger. This looks like another Blink Stalker push, just the same that he used in game number 3. And Scarlett wasn't quite ready for it there. She's going to have to deal with it once again. I don't know, if I'm the Zerg, I'm kind of happy that this is happening, because she's already making Roaches. I mean, she saw the Stalkers coming. But she has a pretty solid setup. Oh, makes an evo. First Roach gets caught, actually. Oh, the drones have to be evacuated for a little bit here. And, I mean, you can't really start mining those or anything. You kind of want to keep mining. The Queens are in the front. No transfuses here, so the Queens get sniped. And those queens are so important because they can gain value over time if they stay alive. But instead, they get sniped already. I mean, that's what? 2 queens down already? 2 queens. That's like 4 transfuses over the course of the fights that are coming up. If this is one of those slugfests once again, and it does seem like it. And we have another one of those spore crawlers. Scarlett really liking those. I don't think we even have an observer here. No, we do not. And Trigger, once again, has a lot of stalkers on Scarlett's side of the map. And Scarlett is responding with a lot of Roach Ravager Ling. But the queen count has been thinned out. Ooh. Almost a nice snipe there from Trigger onto the Ravager Cocoon. But those bad boys have a lot of armor. I like the Spore, but it's kind of blocking our units. Look at the choked up area. Oh, dude, so annoying. Trigger pulling out a very clean build for this map. He knows what he's doing, and I mean, this is a worse position than Scarlett was on Crimson Court. Because on Crimson Court, she had the high ground. She could claim the high ground. Oh, nice wait by Trigger. Snipes the Ravager the moment it popped. And Scarlett, I feel like she's bleeding out. Doesn't have a lot of queens, barely any energy, but she has a nice amount of Ravagers, though. We still see Roach Ling coming out, and a lot of damage has gone onto the hatchery. That is good. This Warpism, though, still alive. No 3-hero Ravager squad from the side that Raynor likes to do. Raynor likes to, like, run in with 3 Ravagers from the side and then bile down the Warpism. Oh my god, these Lings actually took down a gateway. Slow Lings, mind you. So that's why we see not a lot of Lings in the army of Scarlett, but the hatchery has been killed. An infestation pit's coming out. Oh yeah, it's coming home, baby. But I think this is for infestors. Because if you can get a good fungal onto these stalkers, these blink stalkers, it's 28 stalkers once again. Oh, Scarlett isn't on the high ground, but still, this choke working in her favor. And now, as you can see, if she takes this arc, or stands above this ramp, she takes a way better fight versus these stalkers. No, don't let them get in! Oh, the stalkers get a decent position here, but, I mean, you're on creep. But Stalker, I mean, Scarlett feels like she has a smaller army. She doesn't want to fight until the last moment. Couple infestors now being added on. I love that. And nice targeting here by Trigger, although, as I say that, of course, he targets a Roach. Look at that, the Biles barely not connecting. We need those infestors stacked. We can't wait for them. The queens have been replenished, but this is only a couple Ravagers to blunk in. The underbelly is dying, and there's not enough Roaches here to salvage this, and Scarlett calls GG and gets reverse swept by Trigger. 3-2. Fruit Bunker, nice name. 3-2. Oh my lord, Trigger. Oh, the ladder's going to be full of this bullshit now. Where Protoss players are like, I have good micro too. I am Trigger. I will make Stalker. Brr. Which, honestly, that's very fun. I would say yes, go play that. It's very fun. It gives you an easy game to play. Like, it didn't work. I can go to the next game. So it's a good warm-up build, is what I'm trying to say. And then you can have some fun, micro your stalkers, you know. StarCraft is a complex game, so simplifying it down to just a simple stalker push that you just try to execute as well as humanly possible just gives you a nice trimmed down version of StarCraft that is very enjoyable. Poor Scarlett gets taken down by Trigger. The reverse sweep, so close. But she will now go to the losers bracket and see if she can make it to the top 2 grand finals and qualify for Dallas by beating her opponent in the lower bracket, which will be the next game that we cast, will be Scarlett versus Estrella. So another PvZ, and she's shown that she's pretty, you know, poised to take enough maps off of any Protoss player. I mean, Trigger just beat her twice with this build. If she was ready for that, for this build, a little more, easy series. But Trigger. Pulling it out. What a champ. Mentally strong. Okay. Let's wrap it up there, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this, banger of a ZVP series. If you have any requests, leave them in the comments. And otherwise, I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.